Marques, I probably would have had to cut
back
probably 60% of my attitude, because, and not because of what I'll say to the team or coaches, but what I say to opponents.
Yeah.
Like, and again, I'm not like a real trash talker, but I'm going to say some things. Probably my celebrations, I'm really vulgar. You know what I'm saying? And
well, I mean, the players didn't hold back last night. It wasn't like, cuss words were bleeped out.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's why they did it on HBO. Like, I here's the thing. It's one of those things like, I don't want my grandma to know how vulgar I talk in sports.
See, that actually is something else that I thought about, because I was like, I know other athletes would understand everything that I'm doing.
Right.
But yeah, my mom's going to watch this. My grandma's going to watch this. Like,
yeah, no, it would be, like I said, the worst part would be if one of my teammates like dunked on somebody or something. I always join in with some very mean things to say to the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, do that to that person and do that to that person, kind of instigate, some stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't even want my voice.
Doesn't really, I mean, the good part about that for you is it's mainly a practice setting.
Oh yeah, right. No, but I would still like,
yeah, I gotcha.
I would, it's like one of those things like when people are in one-on-one drills, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy on my team is going against the guy on another team, and the 100, I'm just like, do this to him, do bad things to him,
mm-hmm.
do things that shouldn't be said out loud. I would be like, keep on bleepity bleepity to him, and bleep his bleep, and that part I would just like, oh God, Marques, I would cringe to hear myself in a historical setting about just what was said, like that. But outside of that.
But I also think, like the other players who aren't mic'd up know who is mic'd up.
Oh yeah.
And so they're, Dak Prescott's mic'd up, so he's going to have a crowd of guys around him trying to get there second.
Or I would be avoiding him.
Yeah.
Like the flu.
Yep. And it's but I'll say one thing that caught my eye, and it was actually one of the things that I really wanted to see the Dallas Cowboys for, is Jerry Jones. I wanted to see, because everybody talks about how he basically micromanages his whole program, and I saw bits and pieces of it last night when I got two examples, and it was
of Jerry Jones.
Yeah, the first one was when the team doctor came to Mike McCarthy and told him that Dak needed to stay out because of the strain, and then Jerry Jones had to call the doctor that night just to clarify and make sure that was the best case scenario, that we couldn't get him out there any other way.
Right.
And so I thought that was kind of funny. And then the other one was
that pissed Steve off, by the way.
Oh, I guarantee it. And then once he was getting back to practice, Jerry Jones shows up on the practice field and calls Mike McCarthy over and says, how you going to start easing Dak
what's
back
the game plan?
Yeah, and it's like, dude, that's the coach's that's why you hired him. Let him handle that, you know? But I'm sure we're going to see more of that over the next 4 episodes. But I was kind of interested to see that, because that's been the rumor for so long, that Jerry Jones just micromanages his whole program, and I saw bits and pieces of it last night.
Yeah. Again, right now, like I said, I did hear about it. Steve kind of described it. They started out with just the general, let's look at the Dak and the Zeke, and let's look at the big guys first. I'm more of the, and I hate doing this, but I'm more of the when the cuts start happening. Yeah, I know.
But they haven't even introduced the players that they're going to start doing that with, because I guess that'll be episode 2 when they start getting into those brink roster guys.
Oh God!
And you get 4 or 5 of them that 2 or 3 make the team.
I probably the older I get, the less I can take like that real emotional drama like that. But I know, like, if you're just the kind of a fan and you're just watching it, you're kind of like, oh, this is what happened. But having lived, then you got to think about it. The last 4 years of my life have been roster, all camp roster nightmare. I had to look every single day on Twitter. I had to follow DetroitLions.com.
His money's guaranteed. He got a sack yesterday in practice. He's good.
See what I'm saying? But again, for 4 years, all training camp. Think about it.
Oh yeah. When you got those brink roster guys.
Listen, there's a roster move. There's a roster move, or let's say 3. There's 3 roster moves every day or every other day for the entire camp. Somebody's released, a new guy's brought in. Somebody on defense is always getting changed, right? And every day I have to get these alerts from all the Detroit sites, right? Which writer said this guy made a play. So when somebody competing at his position made a big play or got an interception, you're like, damn, and for 4 years, like the training camp is a month, right? Like the training camp, the summer is the summer, but training camp is a month. So you're looking for injuries. You're looking for people who they bring in. You're looking to see if his chance of making the team of improve. It has been a nightmare.
It's tough on somebody like Jalen too, because, like you said, you're watching the other guys from his position make plays, and you know what? From Jalen's standpoint, he's got to be excited for that guy on the field because he's still a teammate. So like he still has to be excited for him, but in the back of his mind, he's like, "Damn, I wish you would have missed that."
It's funny. That is one of the first things he said in the first year. I was like, what's the relationship like in the room? I'm like, are the OGs cool, or what's all about that? He's like, it's really weird because it's like we have to teach each other stuff. He's like, if somebody's doing their technique wrong or something, we got to show them how to do the technique, and we're actually competing for the same spot. Yeah. So he's like, it's really weird, but he was like, people still do it. He's like, you can tell a couple of guys don't want to help any, but he said most of the people on a football team will tell each other what they're supposed to do, and he's,
there's a chance that y'all both make the roster and you want that player to be better.
Yeah. And I was asking, I was asking him, like, are there some saboteurs in there? You know what I'm saying? He was like, not really. He said, guys just might not say anything, but he said, guys won't tell anybody the wrong thing to do. They'll just kind of like be professional.
Well, to be honest, like it's hard to tell somebody the wrong thing because it's like, dude,
I know
that's not the way this goes. I've been playing football for 20 years,
but I'm sure some of the OGs just
try to mess with the rookies.
Right. Try to pull out a couple of things.
Yeah, because the OGs don't have. I mean, training camp to them is like just warm up session.
I guess the coaches and the GM, they probably don't even want the veterans in there to the last minute anyway. Like, I don't even want you around my rookies, getting in their head. Look, picking them up, taking them out drinking, taking them out playing. Look, taking their little per diem and meal money, playing cards.
Yeah.
Like.
Because these guys don't have a care in the world because they know they're on the roster. They just got to go through the motions for this.
A lot of stuff we're going to jump into today. Definitely we're going to talk about the freaks list. There's something going on at Clemson on the home front of the name, image, and likeness that it's kind of one of the bigger stories. I feel like it's too early to really spike the ball about name, image, and likeness conversation. But would you agree, Brian, that so far the name, image, and likeness has been about, I know about what I predicted, but, hasn't been like a wild frenzy like people thought.
Yeah. I kind of thought, at the college level, especially, dealing with semi-stars, local stars type of concept. I knew it was just going to be some of the marquee names, some of the quarterbacks, running backs, receiver, some of the major names that were going to be getting deals. They were going to be getting deals with local companies who were going to be paying them significantly less than a corporate company would. And that was going to kind of be the game for a little while until things get going. I think you'll see some of I could see guys who get into the Heisman race and different things like that getting corporate deals. Yeah, but right. It's a minimal thing. I would say that probably less than half the roster is going to actually have money coming in. But I did like a point. I was listening on the way coming in. I was listening to Jeff Greer and Dave Skoll go back and forth. And I liked Jeff Greer's, not to go back to bad times, but I like Jeff's point about how we're sitting here 5 years after a lot of these scandals happened, and we're sitting here trying to penalize universities for players who found money elsewhere. And now we're going to sit here and let these players go find their own money. And it was like, and he kept using the DeAndre Ayton is the part that I was listening to. And he was like, they're trying to penalize Arizona for, him finding $100,000 on the side in a deal, when if he did it this year, it would be no problem. And so now that they have not come up with penalties for these universities, we're going to go back and penalize them for something that was illegal 5 years ago, but is legal now.
Yeah, right. Retroactively penalizing. But again, there's a ton of the Lachlan McLeans that are going to say, well, it was against the law when it happened, and it doesn't matter that we changed the law 2 days ago. It was illegal on Monday and it's legal Friday, so we should go back and penalize them and lock them up and throw away the
that's like Colorado penalizing a guy for selling weed 10 years ago. And it's like, well,
yeah, but like I said, you knew that part of the conversation. You kind of can predict where that goes. Well, I guess we can get that sound ready. Go ahead and play it, Brian. So we can.
Which one we want?
Oh, Brian, come on, man!
Did you send me some?
Come on, sound. We got the guy right in front of us right now. Sound.
Oh, gotcha. I was like, what are you talking about?
I didn't want to have to
sound?
say it out loud.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, you know what? It took me a couple extra minutes, but it's okay because I'll tell you what happened. I was having a rough morning.
You don't owe an explanation. You know this, right?
No, but I need to tell
Okay,
this.
to get this through.
So I was having a rough morning, kind of like, not really rough morning, but everything was just making me, I was behind.
Off balance.
I had the baby. I had to get the baby to mom's. Traffic was bad. This was happening. You know, I get to mom's house. Listen,
Stop.
No, I can't because
Stop.
I'm getting to a good point.
No, and you know, go ahead.
Yeah, like
He's so frustrated. He's like, let me finish.
I know. I'm
Come
like,
on,
hang on.
get to the
I
point.
know what you're saying. I'm getting there. Here's the thing. Everything's just like off. I'm like, dang, man. So this is happening. There's a wreck. Now I finally get to mom's. Baby don't want to leave. Everything's going on. I'm like, all right, I'm going to stop by. I'm going to get uptown or I'm going to get to the campus. I'm going to go to McDonald's, get my thing. I'm going to get here at the last second. I get to McDonald's. Everything out. So now they're taking orders at the window, right?
Has the FEMA thing started yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But here's the thing. now I'm extreme. Now I'm getting like pissed because I'm like, okay, now I'm getting mad. So I finally said, when I text you, I said, you sit here because here's what you're going to do. Because say you was mad when there wasn't traffic during school last year, right? Said you were upset at this. I said, you're going to sit here at this window. You're going to wait. So, because if you drive off here, the rest, you might as well just quit.
Yeah.
Because this day's over.
Yeah.
You're angry, everything. I said, so I'm going to sit here. I don't care how long it takes for them to manually come around, take my order, go through the line, all this stuff. They do. I wait. All this time, I get my stuff. I went ahead and ordered me a sausage biscuit too. I get this caramel coffee that's amazing. I get this Coke that's amazing. This Diet Coke. I get this sausage, egg, and cheese. And I said, you know what? Everything's okay. And now I feel pretty good.
You do know why I was stopping you, right?
Yes.
What in particular was I going to say when I was trying to stop you?
What? Because the complaining about the traffic and the different stuff.
Close.
Yeah.
Close. Brian Hall. This is why I was going to stop him. Now, Steve, Steve is open. Steve is open about his family life, and he's made reference to, his dad sometimes being in the mood to be preachy towards him, right?
Yeah.
And Steve said he knows when it's coming, right? Steve gave me a sermon yesterday about something he learned about claiming a bad day, claiming a bad sleep.
Yeah.
The night before. You do not claim I slept like crap. You do not claim anything. No matter what, when you wake up, you say I slept phenomenal.
Yep.
And I was going to remind him of that sermon that he gave me yesterday. And I was going to tell him, you don't say that out loud, Steve.
I know.
You say I had an interesting
Well,
morning.
see, and that's where
I overcame the morning.
Yeah, and see, and that's where I knew where I was going with that because I knew I was sitting there.
Yeah, we were kind of parallel.
I know. I was
like,
I'm sitting here in this line. I'm like, if you pull off and get angry, it's over. I was like, but if you sit here, it's going to take 15, 20 minutes. You're going to be late. But I just went around. They took my order. I got my food. Everything was good. My coffee. Everything was good. Now I'm ready to go.
And let's not let this go unnoticed because we are on the precipice of having to deal with inconveniences. Now, you can interpret that however you want. Some people say, not being able to do things that they used to do is going to be, it's going to be more inconvenient. Things are more difficult and challenging. Some people think that some mandates are going to make things difficult. So, however you feel.
Yep.
You have to prepare yourself. Start preparing yourself to be uncomfortable or to eliminate certain things from your lifestyle in either uncomfortable or in protest of comfort.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Both of those.
Absolutely.
So yeah, like I said, I'm glad you got it. Before we hit commercial break, we were on the tail end of the Cowboys Hard Knocks. You want to do any quick opinions, quick hard takes?
It was awesome. They might lose one game,
right?
Yeah, maybe two.
But if it happens within the first 4 games, you'll be on a coaching search.
Well, they open up with the Buccaneers. So
okay, you get a pass on that one
right off the bat. Kinda. It's got to be a good game. Yep. Like, it can't be like,
you get wasted by him. He's done.
Yeah. Because I'm not a huge McCarthy guy. Even watching him last night, I was just like, ugh. I don't really like it.
Like, can you keep the train on the tracks?
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, and the roster's so good, but I love Hard Knocks in general. So that was the funny thing for me is I don't know whether I enjoyed it more or less because it was my team. See, because I'm actually.
Do you worry about this? They're giving away too much information.
Well, I'm picking it apart too much when it's my team, So it's like when I'm just watching,
like what we do here.
Yeah, like last year when I'm watching the Rams and the Chargers, I don't care. I'm just it's cool. It's football, Now I'm like, what's he doing? What's he doing?
Before you came in here, I was getting I wasn't getting ready to, but just even myself picking apart the fact that Malik Cunningham, they knew he was wired, and he was trying to convince them that he wasn't wearing a microphone, and just the way he comes in, just like, hey, let's have a good day, fellas. Why not have a good day, fellas? He was talking like that, and they're like, dude, are you mic'd up? So they could smell a rat immediately. Like, he's like, hey, why not have a good day, fellas? Like,
let's go. Are you excited?
Yeah.
You excited? Let's win the day.
Yeah, right. No, I think he said that. Win the day. Yeah, I think he said something like that.
I haven't watched it yet.
So your cliche, let's win the day, is like, Malik.
Yeah.
Don't even talk to me until you take off that microphone.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, come on, man.
You sound more Lamar-ish than Brady.
Yeah.
Right?
That's funny.
They were making fun of Jameis Winston, who's also sounding completely different now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Jameis is
like, dude, you're not mic'd up all the time.
I know. Yeah. It's like, come on, man. But yeah, no.
Quick one more question before I get out of there. How would Steve Rummage be? I asked Brian Hall.
Okay.
Would you be able? Okay, I said on a scale from 100% genuine, to 0% authentic, where would mic'd up Steve Rummage differentiate from 100% in practice, in game authentic Steve Rummage?
Well, I definitely wouldn't be 100% authentic. I don't think anybody is. Yeah,
right?
Because but I would try to stay as much as possible because
as authentic as possible.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you clean up certain things or whatever. But
what would you have to clean up the most?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, geez, I probably. I don't know, slang terms and stuff. Like you probably have to watch your
politically correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, how when you're a team, it's like
politically correct.
You have to watch yourself.
Yeah, that's probably the best example. Yeah, I was telling Brian I things I would say in support of my teammates on what they should do to an opponent, it's probably illegal. Like it's probably like those threats and things like that. I'm like,
I know that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, so I would just try to keep some of that out, whatever. But I mean,
outside of that,
like I'm not a huge cusser, so I'm like, I say something every once in a while, but it's like that wouldn't. Nothing there, but I would try to watch I would try to stay myself to my teammates though, because I think you can lose a little bit of respect
if you go full.
When you go full, like, oh, now you're
code switching.
Yeah.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Let me ask y'all a question really quick.
And by the way, I hate fake leader guy.
Oh God, yeah.
Listen. That's
why I don't like Chris Paul.
Oh yeah. Oh, you and I have had that conversation. Fake leader guy is like and the coaches love fake leader guy. And guy who holds the ball under his arm and just tells everybody to slow down and holds up that stop sign. That is like, oh my God. Now I hate watching that guy, but playing with that guy is like,
it's just terrible. I know.
Oh God, Alex Sanders used to stop the ball and hold up. And listen, overall, I love playing with Alex Sanders.
Yeah.
But when he would get that rebound and everybody was running and he would do because the commentator, when you go back and listen to the game and watch the game, the commentator is going to say, oh, what great poise by the big man. It's just like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, no, God.
Yeah.
Give me the ball.
Yeah. Like, thank you for stopping the play.
Yeah. Thank you for telling the audience. Yeah. Like, you might as well just hold it up. Hey, everybody, I'm slowing down because I'm the leader. And I want It's like, oh, God, you might as well have a microphone. No?
I know. It's the most, that is uncomfortable. Okay, let me ask you this real quick because I know we got to go to break. So you don't have to overthink it, but you and Brian both, and text line too. This may be one y'all can keep coming through the show. You can mic up one guy from the football team and one guy from the basketball team.
These teams, mic up one guy from the football team
and one guy from the basketball.
Our coaches included. Quick commercial break. Middays with Marques Maybin on 93.9 The Ville.
Summertime is wing time, and Wing Zone has you covered. Wing Zone has 17 amazing flavors to choose from, including our new hot garlic and Louisiana lemon pepper. Don't forget to try our new colossal chicken sandwich. Have Wing Zone delivered to your pool party or pick up at any of our 2 Louisville locations. Wingzone.com. You got it.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming, and whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
The year's best diamond buying opportunity is coming. Starting this Saturday at Genesis Diamonds. For a limited time, all GIA certified diamonds will be marked down an extra 20%. Yes, 20% below Genesis' already guaranteed best price on the most beautiful and rare GIA diamonds you've ever seen. It's your chance to buy a GIA certified diamond the same way jewelry store owners buy theirs. In fact, don't be surprised to see other jewelers and even diamond wholesalers shopping alongside you at this event. But it's for a very limited time, August 14th through the 29th. All GIA diamonds are an extra 20% off. All shapes, rounds, ovals, princess cuts, cushion cuts, hair-shaped, even fancy yellow diamonds from a half carat to 10 carats, from $1,500 to $500,000. Don't miss this chance to get access to diamond prices rarely offered to the general public. It all starts this Saturday and goes through August 29th. Get Genesis guaranteed best price on all GIA diamonds minus another 20%. Only at Genesis Diamonds. Now with pre-owned luxury Rolexes. Shelbyville Road Plaza. See store for details.
We are Louisville's hometown sports station. ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville, with the most play-by-play of the biggest events, including the NCAA tournament and Final Four.
Wire-to-wire winner for the Baylor Bears.
The College Football National Championship.
The Crimson Tide will not be denied.
The NFL and Super Bowl 54.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are Super Bowl 55 champions, led by Tom Brady.
The NBA Finals.
The Lakers conquer the bubble.
The World Series.
The Los Angeles Dodgers have won the World Series.
And the Kentucky Derby.
And they're into the stretch.
Featuring exclusive coverage of the Triple Crown. Big game, big race, one place. ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville.
Ready to make something great? At GE Appliances, we do it every day, building appliances people depend on. GE Appliance Park is hiring full-time for all shifts. Join our manufacturing production team and be part over 100 years of American manufacturing. Apply today at makeitathepark.com. Make a difference? Make it at GE Appliance Park. Makeitathepark.com.
Miss anything for your favorite shows? Head over to the GE Appliances Podcast Center on ESPNLouisville.com. Apply today at makeitathepark.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
My husband's ED was affecting our marriage. When he first started experiencing ED, it was difficult for both of us. We didn't know who to talk to about it or where to get help. HIMS was our answer. HIMS connected my husband with a licensed provider online. He was able to get medication to treat his ED at a fraction of the price people pay for the name brand. It was delivered to our door, and guess what? Our sex life is back. It works.
Right now, get your first online provider's visit totally free when you go to forhims.com/love. Yep, free. No copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Just the care you need.
Thanks to HIMS, we got our sex life and our marriage back.
To start your free online visit, go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/love. That's forhims.com/love for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/LOVE.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
The player profile part of it. Brian Hall, please get your list together so we know which player profiles we have already done. Before I get into that one, you know what? That's not important. I don't need to push. I'll push that part back to the second hour. So Steve, before we hit the commercial break, you threw a question out there. I see a lot of people just joined the YouTube channel. So could you refresh that question you asked before we went into the break?
Yeah, we were talking about being mic'd up.
Mm-hmm.
Since you could mic up one guy off this football team, one off this basketball team, men's basketball team. I mean, we can include the women's basketball team as well, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But if you could mic up one, who would it be? One from each. One from each. Sorry, I didn't mean to jack that from you.
No, you're good. One from each. Well, I think I found it. My one.
Okay.
And it's not because of a traditional reason. It's just, again, because yesterday, my Ramon per year, I listened to the sports gods and they led me. By the way, moms, pops, Ramon per year. Thank you for listening to the show.
Yeah.
Thank you for your message.
And there's a reason I say what I say, like I did yesterday. It's like, hey, look, if my baby's out there playing, I try to make sure, hey, I'm making this joke.
Right.
But
thank you for letting us know you can take a joke.
yeah. Because he really is, man. He's a stud. And I said it yesterday. He might run out with the ones in Atlanta. So like, yeah, he's the real deal. But that's cool. Yeah, thanks for letting us know. Listen.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. I was excited when you said that.
So there's that. The player profile. You probably won't like the reason.
Okay.
But I'm going to love the reason that I want to hear this mic up. It's just something I need in my life in particular. Brian Hall, could you do me a favor? Is he tied up right now? Oh,
no. I think he's just looking through.
Can you get me some 3-6 Mafia?
Hey.
Not something clean.
Not something clean.
No, I want something clean, but don't use what we use to play out the show with. Okay, I just want some.
This is something. No, that's 2 Live Crew.
Yeah, no. See that one. Would okay. There in particular, I want something.
Okay.
I want something 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah.
And you'll understand why. Have you come up with something that you want to use?
He's got it.
It's a
good call, Brian.
Okay. We'll take it today.
That's fine.
We're just gonna take the charge today. Yeah.
Let's take it today.
Okay.
They're taking it all morning. Let's take it. I'm sorry. I got to stop that.
Okay. Quinterio Cole.
Ooh, I just passed on him this morning. Good call.
Quinterio Cole. 6'3", 190 pounds, senior. Where is he from, Brian?
I'm guessing Georgia.
I'm guessing Memphis.
Brian,
oh shit!
You
yeah,
know,
totally got the
he's just Memphis, Tennessee, and people. I'm from Tennessee. Memphis.
I'm a former resident.
Memphis is like the state cut. Memphis is just different. And listen to the energy of this music, y'all.
Listen. Memphis is, and I'm gonna say this. And I feel like I've got enough credit in the city to say this. Memphis is the West End, bro. If I need a player, look, you can talk crap about it, you can run your mouth about it, but if I need a player, that's where I'm going to get a player.
Listen, if you're out at Bullet Central and you say, I just got a transfer from West Louisville from 45th, and it's like he's gonna start it.
So everybody looking around like, so whose spot's he taking?
Right. Like, cause we know that kid's gonna start.
Listen, that ain't even a race thing.
Don't make this awkward.
No, that's not a race thing. We got a transfer. Friend to this day, Chris Goldsmith. He come in, look, white guy. Mm-hmm. He was different. It was like we were juniors. It was like, no, he come in to start.
Yeah, just
and he did.
I'm telling you, right?
Good.
I'm telling y'all, the voices you hear on this music, they carry this with them. People from Memphis carry this stuff with them, and you can't coach it out of him, right? So you're better off adapting your system to fit. And you notice Coach Brown in his interview, who are some of the guys you're excited about? Q.
Marques, I don't like to tout myself. I don't like to brag sometimes. We walked right in that practice and me and you both said, who in the hell is number 12? That's cold. That's cold.
That's Quinterio.
Oh, God. I was literally standing on the sideline like, oh.
Yeah, so like basically, y'all, I don't have to give you a bunch of just say when y'all hear the name Quinterio Cole, I want you to turn that music up a little bit, Brian. Wait, back up about 20 seconds of this song. I'm sorry, y'all. Back up 20 seconds.
8 picks in 2 years, though, if you want to know.
That's Quinterio Cole, y'all. This is his profile, okay? This is his bio. This is his profile. Okay, Brian, pull it down. Okay, well,
somebody.
That was my player profile.
Okay.
Quinterio Cole. I want you every time he makes a tackle. I want the people in the studio, whoever's in control of the sound at the game. I want y'all to play "These Boys Ain't Running" every time he pops somebody.
I love it.
Just let that be his baseball music.
Okay, we'll reverse. We'll go backwards this time.
I went first.
We'll go backwards this time because I'll take the middle here. Now, this ain't my mic'd up. We'll have that chat in a little bit. But this is a guy that I think we have to player profile. And he's a freshman. He's a freshman.
Yeah, we didn't say the list first. We didn't say the list of people we covered. Just
that's fine.
Run through
that
list real quick.
Yeah.
Just so people know.
All right, so I got Amari Huggins-Bruce, Jahar Jordan, Ashton Gelati, Marvin Dallas, TJ Lewis, Justin Brummett, Justin Marshall, Henry Bryant, Greedy Vance, Chandler Jones, Kendrick Duncan, Yaya Diaby, Ramon Pierre, and Quintero Cole.
Per year. Pronounced.
You're going to have to probably do that. You're probably going to have to do that every time with me.
Listen,
so you guys know.
No, Marques gave me a way to remember it last night.
Okay.
Do you want to know how Marques gave me
like a cat?
Hold on. Quiet, everybody, because this is going to be a terrible thing. This is a confession. This is an emotional Marques.
He said it's per year. I'm like, okay. He said, yeah. He said, remember it like this. Coach Mack gets his ass kicked by Florida State twice per year.
Oh, no. No.
I was like,
I was emotional.
I was like, we were like, we're gonna start
Marques
calling
was
him.
on one.
We're gonna start calling him FSU. Nobody's even gonna know why. We're gonna be like, oh yeah, per year.
Yeah. Ramon, what you call him FSU?
Come on, FSU.
Good hit, FSU.
Per year. But anyways,
but to be fair, Coach, we do recognize Florida State has put 10 lottery picks in the draft in 4 years. So, Coach, I'm going to make fun of you in Florida State until you dominate them.
Yes.
And it's going to be hard.
It's not
because they're good.
It's not a lot to ask. Okay. Vic Brown, freshman.
By the way, really quick.
Okay.
Shout out to
message board guy. I hope you got that.
To Louisville. What's that?
No. It look you stopped me.
Yeah.
Well, not interrupt. You stopped me, so I'm like, message board guy. Hope you got that.
Shout out University of Louisville baseball. Has put more. You have had more Major League Baseball debuts. 20 in 8 years. You lead the nation in Major League debuts in the last 8 years.
Wow.
That is a stat that came across my I knew this wasn't the time in particular on the show, but I wanted to stop and say that out loud for everybody to acknowledge.
That's awesome.
20 Major League debuts, most in the country. That's awesome. That is awesome. So
Texter said Cole would be Harvey Clemens to my wife. Oh. Actually, that's CJ Avery this year.
Yes,
you guys need to know. Yeah, she's a CJ Avery fan.
Refresh Harvey Clemens real quick.
Yeah, Harvey Clemens, my wife. First time Marques ever met her. You know, we're in the spot. If people saw us on Saturday, we're in that spot. We're just sitting there, and they're working out over there.
A spring game.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh my God, look at his abs." And I was like, "See," and the problem is, there's points in your life where you reach, where you look at a guy like Harvey Clemens, and you're like, "I'll never be that."
right?
I can't do that.
Right?
Yeah. So my body won't do that.
And the problem was we all thought it, but Charity said it out loud.
Oh, he looked incredible.
And she had some emphasis in it too. It was like,
it's like you were being turned on as you're, and I'm like, you can't, wait a minute, hang on.
You can do that when we're sitting at home joking around about it, but you can't do that in front of my new hostmate, Marques.
Yeah. Like, holy crap.
He doesn't know you that
well. I
yet.
know. It's like now it's like, oh, it's just her. She's crazy, whatever. All
I'm
right.
like, are you sure?
6'4", 230 pound defense. 6'4", 230 pound freshman.
Oh.
From Loganville, Georgia.
Uh-oh.
Vic Brown, number 20.
Vic Brown.
I'll give you a couple things real quick, and then I'm going to give you a quote direct from a coach.
I'm listening.
Rated as a 3-star prospect. I'm going to make it quick so Brian can get his people in here. Rated as a 3-star prospect on all the boards, basically. The number 31 defensive end. The number 38 player in Georgia. Pretty good. I'll take that. Chose Louisville over offers from Michigan State, Minnesota, Mississippi State, NC State, Nebraska, North Carolina, Notre Dame, Mississippi, Pitt, Purdue, Miami, Arizona State, Boston College, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia Tech.
No. There's no way we get dudes as freshmen with offer sheets like that. That just doesn't happen at Louisville State.
Oh, well, I'm not done. Indiana.
Oh, you mean on the rise, Indiana?
Kentucky.
Oh. What?
LSU, Maryland, and Miami.
That's you're lying.
I'm gonna give you a quote.
You're just making up a story.
I'm gonna give you a quote direct from a coach on the staff.
Who is
today.
this kid again? And what's his number?
Vic Brown.
What's his number?
Number 20. Defensive end, 6'4", 230.
Are defensive ends allowed to wear number 20?
He is. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Vic has put on 15 pounds of muscle. And I left the word out. Vic has put on like 15 pounds of muscle since he got here. So was
he an early enrollee?
Might be more.
He would have to have been an early enrollee.
I think he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's direct from a coach.
I almost want to go back over that list again. Real fast. Read that list again. Real fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Michigan State, Minnesota, Mississippi State, NC State, Nebraska, North Carolina, Notre Dame, Ole Miss, Pitt, Purdue, Miami, Arizona State, Boston College, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia Tech, Indiana, Kentucky, LSU, Maryland. Not bad. Not bad at all. He was second team All-State as a junior. He was all-region selection. He was first team All-State as a senior. First team All-State in Georgia. It's Vic Brown.
You ready, Brian?
I am. So
that's going to be tough to follow up.
Yeah.
I know.
All right, so this is a guy that
Brian's like Malik Cunningham.
I know he is. Quarterback.
Thanks.
No, so I went with the very last guy on the roster according to numerical numbers.
Oh,
okay. I'm going to go with number 99, Desmond Tell.
That's a good one.
Okay. He is a 6'1" defensive tackle. Defensive lineman. They might play a little bit of defensive end just because he's a little bit undersized at 266.
Mm-hmm.
He's listed as a freshman. He come from Stonebridge, Georgia. Another Georgia guy. Played for Dutchtown. So he is coming out of high school. He was rated as the number 68th defensive tackle nationally and the number 79th player overall in the state of Georgia. And listen to this. He recorded a bench press of 325 pounds, a squat of 475 pounds, and ran a 4.87 40-yard dash.
Okay.
I'll take him on my team.
Yeah, so 4.87 out of your defensive tackle is pretty impressive. He finished his high school career as a first-team All-Region with 67 tackles, 15 tackles for a loss, and 12 sacks. 12 sacks coming from the defensive tackle position is also impressive. His team finished 11-2, and his defense was ranked as the number one defense in the state of Florida when he was a senior, the defense that he played for. He also played baseball and participated for the wrestling team.
That'd work.
So I always like hearing a wrestler on the defensive line. I think that's always impressive. Baseball just means that he's a multi-sport athlete, that he can do other things. The bench press at 325, the squat at 475, and the 4.87 40-yard dash for a defensive lineman is all impressive.
And
the number one defense.
The number one
in the state
defense
of Georgia when he was a senior.
in the state of Georgia. The number one defense in the state of Georgia, and you are a senior on that team. This is why we do player profiles, people.
Nice little roster. Nice little roster we're building over there on Floyd Street.
Nice little bounce back roster, being that it was going to take us
The best patio in our area is at Union Restaurant and Game Yard just across the walking bridge in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Union Restaurant and Game Yard is 4 seasons of food, drink, fun, and games for kids and adults, featuring fire pits, 4 separate bar areas, all types of innovative games to go along with a creative food and drink menu. Come on out to Union Restaurant and Game Yard just across the walking bridge in Jeffersonville, Indiana today.
Are you looking for your next opportunity in the workforce? Look no further. UPS Jobs Kentucky is now hiring at upsjobsky.com. Right now, we are offering up to $18.50 an hour. You may even be eligible for a program that helps you graduate college completely debt-free and could also include a $325 a month living allowance paid directly to you. Follow us at UPS Jobs Kentucky and apply today at upsjobsky.com.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hall. The Sports Center update brought to you by BJ Heating and Cooling. BJHeatCool.com. Call the experts you can trust. University of Louisville offensive line coach Jack Bignell met with the media following yesterday's practice. He said this could be the best offensive line he's ever coached.
You know, I was trying to tell them today, like, you know, what separates them from the NFL players? Because, I mean, you got the few freaks like Laramie Tunsil, some of those guys. I mean, those guys are unbelievable. But a lot of the other guys, it's just the toughness and the precision of the technique that separates them, you know. So I feel like this could be one of the best offensive lines I've ever coached in college if we can get that done, if we can play with precise technique and strain on every play and finish on every play. We could be right up there with the best. Now, we're not there yet, of course, and that remains to be seen whether we do that or not. But I think we're well on our way, and I'm excited about it.
You can catch that full interview at the ESPN Louisville SoundCloud page or at 939theville.com in the podcast center. Also, this Saturday will be U of L Media Day. We'll have coverage starting at 2:30 on all ESPN Louisville stations. Louisville football is scheduled to kick off on September 6th against number 25 Ole Miss in Atlanta. Moving on to Major League Baseball news, the Cincinnati Reds fell to 61-53 on the year with a 3-2 loss to the Atlanta Braves last night. Aristides Aquino led the way for the Reds, going 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. The Reds and the Braves will be back in action again tonight at 7:20, with our coverage beginning around 6:45 on ESPN 680. And last but certainly not least, the Louisville Bats pulled off an 8-1 win over the Nashville Sounds last night. They'll be back in action again tonight at Louisville Slugger Field at 6:30 for $5 Sluggeritas night. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marques Maybin is next. This is SportsCenter.
I'm Ethan Moore.
And I'm Taylor Lynch.
Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest-running all U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock right here on 93.9 The Ville.
All the best local and national guests talking all things Louisville football, basketball, and recruiting.
Every Wednesday at 6 right here on 93.9 The Ville. And follow us on Twitter at Elville Sports without an O live.
And check out the website, LouisvilleSportsLive.net. Go Cards.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold craft, can or bottled beer? 4.
I don't think so. They haven't been delivering the past couple weeks. I think the way I understood it, they were taking a couple weeks off because they were catering Bob's thing instead.
Spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Look, if you book, crime, look, if you book.
And if you agree, then DFH is 100% the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. You yourself should look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we have in 93.9 Studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, one more time, 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Also, if you're looking for a place to adventure, to try something new, if you're out and about, take advantage. Even if it's, a little out of your way, it might be right along the way in your GPS. Type in 10:53. As soon as you hit lunch break, 11 o'clock, we get a lot of lunch break goers. As soon as you hit 11:0 or as soon as you hit your lunch break, type in 1053 Goss Avenue and try yourself some incredible 4 pegs lunch. Also, okay, so since we're in this situation, since we're in this transition of a show, it's time. If you were listening yesterday, Steve was on dad duty. He joined us from home, and it sounded excellent, Steve. So whatever settings you had, if you ever do that again, make sure you keep those settings exactly how they were. They were
good.
Yep.
Listen, I'm kind of with Drew here, except I'm the opposite because mine works well.
Mm-hmm.
I have internet, and I got the fiber, and I had it down in Tennessee, and I'm like, well, so I canceled my internet up here, and when we moved, I was like, I'm gonna get the fiber. It works phenomenal. It really does.
Okay, so you sign off on it.
I don't know what's up with Drew's. I can't help him there.
Did Drew just bail out and did Drew big boy everybody? He's like, well, I just had Herb Street, so I'm gonna go on vacation for a couple days.
Yeah, where did he go? He just kind of quietly. I'm trust me, I'm not one to question. Like, hey, by all means, do your thing. But
right,
Crean was telling me the story real quick of what happened to him. I see because I haven't listened to a lot of sports radio this week. Obviously, my wife's out of town, so I've baby duty, whatever. Yep. But I was just like, he was telling me the story, and I was like, you know what, Crean?
I have no idea what.
Good for Crean.
What story's going on?
He had just long story short, because I know we got to move on. But he had a flight, a flight with Spirit or whatever, and as he got there, going to Vegas, and they were like, it's canceled. They can't. Apparently, a bunch of flights got canceled, right? So he's like, okay, well, the cheapest flight was like $650 to fly out. So he's like, well, I can't go. But look, Crean, I was like, okay, Crean, I can mess with you because he was like, but he's like, I didn't let it get me down. Dad was going on a business trip to Chicago, so tagged along with him. Went to Chicago. He was like, went to a Cubs game and he's like, hey, look, and he literally said, I had a great weekend.
He made lemons.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, Crean, like I feel you. Yeah.
He made lemons. Okay, so Steve, one of the we talked about it earlier. One of the parts we really enjoyed. Wait. God, you can't hold your water.
No.
My goodness. Two of the things we really enjoy at this show. We love the parents and the parents that listen and our people over at the on Floyd Street or in the SAC, are the staff.
Okay.
The University of Louisville staff. Everybody who listens to the show. We especially like that the university listens to the show. And the parents listen to the show. Those are the people, we kind of feel like we can relate to a lot more.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that we enjoy. And people, we do enjoy when you send stuff into it. We enjoy that. We enjoy you having our concern, or you branching the gap between listener and show host, and by bridging that gap, there's things like we're about to do right now. So yesterday, I received a gift package from one Walter Hale from Atlanta. Said he heard our conversation. He heard me complaining about your 70% alcohol hand sanitizer that is supposed to be extremely rough on your skin, on your epidermis, and all these other good things. So he said, I'm going to package up my skin hand sanitizer. And also, I'm going to throw in Zint's fresh lemon scent.
Oh,
for clarity, concentration, and nausea relief.
Oh,
experience the power of essential oils with Zint. Each blister contains one Zint that easily, discreetly inserts in the nose of the diagram. It basically looks like a little tiny little nose clip, like kind of like a nose ring, but it's real soft, it's real rubbery. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it just
where does it go?
Clips right onto your nose.
Oh, okay.
And it gives it clarity, concentration, and nausea relief. It's a nice smell. So if under your mask you would enjoy a nice, scent for your, for your concentration. Yeah, he did send that.
I told you yesterday, some people don't know it about me. I'm an essential oil guy. Like I'm a believer in that. I'm a peppermint oil. If you got a headache, stuff like I do that. We got diffusers at the house.
Yes. It's almost like the earth didn't give us things to naturally help.
Yeah, I know.
Naturally, things that naturally
stuff works
can help.
Yeah.
Okay, so Steve,
try to be elaborate.
So Steve,
okay,
it is time for you to try the title. What is the title on here?
Skin Tech by Zint's Skincare Antiseptic Foam.
Okay, so Steve, apply to.
Okay, the hands.
He's gonna. That's 1, 2. half. Steve's an overkill. Okay, Steve.
Okay. It's nice.
On air.
This is nice.
Is there a scent yet? Do you notice anything?
No.
No scent?
Not at all.
Said your hands may feel sticky in the beginning.
Yeah, that's okay.
And
that's okay. I don't mind that. Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So Skin Tech.
No scent.
Went on smooth. No
scent whatsoever. Feels good. Feels clean.
Okay. Is this a product that you could see yourself using in the future?
Absolutely.
Well, Skin Tech.
Absolutely.
You get you're the first rating, so we can't give you 5 stars, but we got to start you.
No smell at all.
Which makes it great for somebody sitting across from you.
Yeah. Hey, Skin Tech. Okay. I like that.
So our first scale 5-star product rating, Skin Tech. Steve, I give it a 4 already.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to smell it. What do you give it?
I give it a 4. I give it a 4 because it is
the stickiness
a little bit, but that's already going away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna go to a 5 because I'm under.
This is the first one. Can we?
I'm under. Okay, a 4. Yeah, a 4 because there is some of the stickiness, but I'm under a minute and my hands are already not sticky.
You know what? That's not sticky, Steve. You know what that's called? Moisturized.
Yeah. No, seriously, my hands feel great, and I'm a lotion user too. You know. Hey, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. I will buy this.
Yeah, you would recommend.
I would
like
purchase this. I'm saying I would purchase this.
It's
Absolutely.
a product that would go on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious.
Absolutely.
Okay. So here's the thing. Now we have to take a break. Not a commercial break.
Okay.
We have to, we get into these conversations again at the end of the hour. I told you, once Dan and Mike pop up, something's going good. When they pop up with the slick talk, but that's another conversation that we will revisit. Brian Hall, jump on in this with us for a second. I know y'all heard this story, but I'm just like, I'm not talking about Louisville football. I'm not talking about Louisville basketball. I'm not talking about anything Louisville related right now.
Okay.
I want to learn about the listeners. I want to learn about Brian Hall.
Oh.
And I want to learn about Steve Rummage.
Let's do it.
Texters, I really want to learn about you right now. Today is August 11th. And listen, haven't we learned we need to appreciate these times we have to talk to each other?
Yeah.
And like I said, I want to learn about y'all.
And we on this show, I need to say this too, because I've heard things lately. We're not above the text line, and the people that text and call in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to refer to the text line as those people. And you get what I'm saying?
Maybe we guilty of generalizing.
I might get mad at one or two in particular, but our show doesn't work the way it should work without the text line, the call line. Because I hear a lot of the text line's a cesspool.
Who said that?
I'll just say I've heard it, and it's dude, our show doesn't work without.
Yeah, even if we don't read it out loud, we're reading it, and
I mean, now, like I said, there might be one or two jerks on there that are just being mean, but it's we need the input.
Okay,
we appreciate
just so you know, we do want y'all to feel comfortable jumping in on this conversation. 8150 939 8150 939 or 383 1939. Is the text line. So here's the thing. Dennis Schroeder.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, Dennis Schroeder, point guard for the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder recently turned down a 4-year, 84-point-something million contract to play with the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder has now agreed to a 1-year, $5.2 million contract. 1 year, 5.2 with the Celtics. It's a bad move, Dennis.
Yeah. You think?
It's a bad move.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the person. I protect us from becoming this person who sits and judges and just, oh my God, you're so stupid. Because I'm also a guy that says, you gotta bet on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta bet on yourself. Sometimes when you make mistakes, when you make bad moves betting on yourself, you can deal with them.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, if you just didn't know, like, it's one of those things like on the, the Price is Right or whatever one of those game shows are. When you choose the left box and you get a nice, round trip ticket to Vegas, and then under the other box it's like $100,000 lake house.
Yep.
I said 100,000. That sucks. A $500,000 lake house was the other prize. It's kind of like, damn it, But but betting on yourself is like, no, I can go with this one.
Sure.
Okay. He did bet on himself, but
it's like in fantasy football. I can lose with my starters. I can't lose when I pull this guy and put this guy and my guy goes off.
Yeah.
It's like I would rather go with my gut. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's the same basis. Okay, so he did bet on himself.
He did bet on himself, and he lost big time.
He did.
And like I said, I try not to be too judgmental with this one.
I didn't like him in LA, so it doesn't bother me.
Right.
I like Schroeder. I just think it was a bad fit.
Yeah. This is not. Yeah, we're not going to personalize the basketball part of it.
He could have got a bigger deal if he wasn't asking for $30 million once free agency opened. I mean, he literally thought he was going to get $30 million a year.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Guy wasn't even a starter last year.
Here's the thing. Steve, give me a screw up, a money screw up that you have made. Brian, give me a money screw up you have made that would make you feel like Dennis Schroeder. Texters, give me a money screw up that you have made. Texters,
it's better location though. I will say that.
Callers, give me a money screw up that you have made that just because here's the thing. While Dennis is going to be able to live with himself because he bet on himself, he's never going to be able to forgive himself.
Yeah.
Now, my first thought was, this is kind of a cheating thought. Steve, I know I've told you this before. Listeners, day one listeners have heard this before. I just happened to be in Hurricane, West Virginia.
Yeah.
I drove by this store 13 times. I was going to the wedding. I went to wedding rehearsal. I went to wedding dinners. I drove past this corner store 13 times in a weekend. And every single time I said, Marques, pull over and get that lottery ticket. Pull over and get that lottery ticket. Coming and going. Pull over or going and come. Pull over and get that lottery ticket, Marques. When I heard that store sold that lottery ticket, that was my lottery ticket. It was my ticket. It was my ticket. It was mine, Steve.
Yeah.
It was mine.
Yeah.
And now I feel like Schroeder, but
Texter says I got married. Does that count?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Like what's your big one? What's your big one that you just feel like, even if I bounce back from it, I'll never bounce back.
I'm in the middle of one now that I think is going to be very profitable for me, but I don't know. Okay. When everybody got in on the cryptocurrency,
mm-hmm.
I got my father-in-law, and there's a few people that are really into it. They told me early when XRP was at like 14 cents. They were like, you gotta get, I'm telling you, XRP is going to take off. There's a lawsuit with the SEC.
Yep.
We didn't do anything. I was like, I'm not fool with that.
Right.
Whatever. Okay. Well, it gets up to like $1.20. So I'm like,
I don't want to miss this boat.
Maybe we should do it. So we put, I'll just say a lot.
A substantial amount.
Substantial amount. Like a car substantial amount in there. And then it went back down to like 40 cents.
Mm-hmm.
It's currently going back up towards $1, right? And they're predicting a big move for it. And I'm like, I fight back and forth because I haven't put another dime in it. When it went down, we put a big amount, and we were like, that's what we're putting in. Period. So we were like, okay. So like now it's coming back, and now I'm I'm like, should I have put more in there? No, we put an amount in there that we said, hey, we're gonna lose it. Like,
Okay.
so we're not pulling it. Like if we lose it, we lose it. But we're doing this. But now it's coming back, and I'm like, is this really gonna take off? And it's like, even if it was, let's say, I'm using massive numbers. Let's say it was $1 million. I'm still gonna be like, you could have had 3. So that, and then I'm sure there's a couple gambling things, sports betting that I've had where I'm like, you knew they were going to win. You knew they were going to win.
Texas has sports betting on one.
Yeah. Let's see. Also, I didn't buy $100 in Bitcoin when it first. See, something like that I get because like Bitcoin went to like thousands a share. So yeah. Not investing in Bitcoin. Okay, there's a couple people.
I'm sure
at least
some people have like their fantasy football. Their drafts. How they look back at their draft and they're like, why did I not take Bitcoin? That guy?
I know. Yeah, I know. I know.
You know,
buying a sleep number bid.
I don't know if any of y'all have ever been asked to like, because I'm a stocks guy, so I was very I have been told many times about Bitcoin and have refused to do it just because I don't understand the concept.
I was the same way.
And market volatility in cryptocurrency is a fear. Yeah, like I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I steered away from that, but I've been told for years to like invest into it, and I'm sitting here watching my friends be like, "Hey, check out this! Like, I've invested this, and I'm at this now," and I'm like.
Yeah, nobody wants to wake up in the morning and find out that it all crashed last night.
Yeah.
But have y'all ever been
speaking of that, get in on XRP now, man. Yeah, I'm in it.
Have you all ever been like asked to invest into a company?
Yes.
And turned it down, and then the company ended up being successful?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I haven't. I don't think, that I don't think so.
Yeah, many times.
Mm-hmm. Me too. And that's one of those things that would be my biggest regret.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Brian's like McDonald's.
Are you rooting for the company to fail when you refuse to invest?
It depends. I mean, no, because like
they
gave me the courtesy. They gave me the opportunity and I turned it down. Because one of the stories that I have is I have a buddy who his dad was high up at Anheuser-Busch, and he moved back to Louisville, and they were setting up shop here. He's a savvy business.
Yeah, don't put the company name on it though.
No. Mm-hmm. He was asked to invest into a local food chain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and thought about doing it and decided not to, and the food chain ended up taking off.
Oh, right.
And he regrets that decision, but he's a savvy business guy, so he's a guy who, opportunities came after that and he was fine, but he missed out on a multi-millions of dollar investment had he just done it.
It's funny too, man. Like, and of course everybody's gonna say, oh, I was gonna invest in this. Like, I remember that I wasn't expecting that. I remember
chin diaper
crossing 41A, Clarksville people, 41A. Very volatile Clarksville traffic because Fort Campbell, all the commuters, just a wild ass road in Clarksville, right?
Yeah.
Very dangerous road to cross. Remember, I used to walk and dribble, play Frogger on 41A to get across. Do you know what Frogger is, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
Sure, hope so.
Like, sometimes I might sound dated.
Yeah.
But I remember they had one of those brown Walmarts, right?
Yeah.
Regular brown Walmart. It was the small one, the kind of old school Walmart, right? And I remember dribbling the ball. And I remember like right up the road, they said Super Walmart coming soon, right?
Yeah. And Super Walmart. Yeah, I remember. Now there's no such thing. They're all Super Walmarts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I remember, listen, I remember.
That's funny you say that. I haven't heard that forever.
I was probably
Super Walmart.
Yeah, I couldn't have been. I may have been to the age where sometimes I got to use the car when I was like 15. you know?
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, man, somebody should probably just buy a bunch of stock in Walmart because they're probably growing. And I remember thinking that at like 16, not really knowing much about stock. And, you know, but I remember thinking, you know, whatever conversation I had heard or whatever movie I'd watched, it was about buying stocks and something like that.
Yep.
And I remembered, and every probably once every other month, I would think, man, that's another Walmart. So for the last however many years of my life, I've been watching Walmart just pulverize.
I know.
America.
Yeah.
And I've just been thinking, man, that little Susie Q check that I thought about.
I know.
Buying some Walmart stock.
Some stuff in there. Yeah. I know.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'd have been rich before.
That's why I couldn't go overboard. We had one large amount and I was like, look, this is the one we're believing in.
Mm-hmm.
For starters, I may get into it again now that I'm learning more, but I was like, look,
you're going to have to diversify your portfolio.
I said, let's put it here. If we lose it, we lose it. We win. I was like, because I can't do I should have done this one.
I know.
This one. I was like, look, if we lose, somebody said Steve Cragthorpe.
Was he a poor investment?
Yes.
In hindsight, Steve.
Yeah.
He was the right guy.
He was the hottest name.
I know.
Texas says, I used to own a horse named Enhanced Edition. Gosh, I'm sorry, Texas. Horses' names can be reused, and many, many years later, horse with the same name was running. He was 30-1, and as a sentimental play, I keyed him on a top in a trifecta with the whole field in second, third place. Ticket was $280, and I decided to cancel it. Horse won, and the tri paid $42,000.
You don't let that go.
I know. That's
you
what
don't let that go.
You could tell that.
You screwed up. You don't let that
go.
go.
Yeah.
Well, because for the rest of your life, every time you need $100, you think about that $42,000 that you wouldn't need if I had that 42. I wouldn't need $100 right now.
Yeah.
You screwed up too. You, me, everybody else.
I'm in the middle of the biggest screw up, and I don't know if it was the right choice. Was making $65K a year and quit to be there. Yes. Yeah. No, Texter says quits to be there for my special needs daughter, and now I'm struggling. Don't know if I can get back to that. No, you listen. This is a serious moment. The money is one thing. You would never, ever live with yourself if you didn't give the attention to that little girl that she needed. So no, listen, kudos to you, Texter. I give you extreme props for that, because that's time you cannot get back. So good for you, man. Good for you,
Steve. I don't know why you just didn't go with your original.
Sorry, I almost got emotional. That's good. That's good.
You should have went with your original one.
What's that?
The sacrifices we've made.
Oh yeah.
To bring you great 93.9 content.
I know. It's true.
We've left some things on the table.
We have. Because we love being here.
Middays with Marques Maybin. Quick commercial break on 93.9 The Ville.
Here's what you missed on the Diener Show.
The guy who's sitting down with us here, Vince Tyre. So you were talking last week about this Ring of Honor. He was asking about traditions of bringing things back.
This avails us a chance to add gates, make it more fan-friendly, create a plaza area where you can recognize more of our legacy, to include likely taking Johnny off the Norton Terrace and bringing him down and putting Lamar with him out front.
Weekday morning, 7 to 10 on 93.9 The Ville, ESPN 680 and 105.7.
We are in the thick of summer, and with the hottest days of the year ahead, you are about to find out how strong your cooling system is. And if you find out that it's not ready for the long summer ahead, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. Right now, when you buy a qualifying Train HVAC system, receive 18-month special financing. It's hard to stop a train, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
We're less than a month away from the return of Louisville football.
It's going to be Cunningham on the run, and he is in. Touchdown!
Hey, it's Pat Jaggers, and I invite you to join Ethan Moore and myself this Saturday as ESPN Louisville will be broadcasting live from Cardinal Stadium for Louisville Football Media Day. Coverage starts at 2:30 on all stations, as we'll hear live from Scott Satterfield, talk with the Cards' rising stars, and more. If it's Louisville football, we talk about it here on ESPN Louisville.
We are Louisville's hometown sports station. ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville. With the most play-by-play of the biggest events, including the NCAA tournament and Final Four.
Wire-to-wire winner for the Baylor Bears.
The College Football National Championship.
The Crimson Tide will not be denied.
The NFL and Super Bowl 54.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are Super Bowl 55 champions, led by Tom Brady.
The NBA Finals.
The Lakers conquer the bubble.
The World Series.
The Los Angeles Dodgers have won the World Series.
And the Kentucky Derby.
And they're into the stretch.
Featuring exclusive coverage of the Triple Crown. Big game, big race, one place. ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville.
I'm Ethan Moore.
And I'm Taylor Lynch.
Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest running all U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, right here on 93.9 The Ville.
All the best local and national guests talking all things Louisville football, basketball, and recruiting.
Every Wednesday at 6, right here on 93.9 The Ville. And follow us on Twitter at Elville Sports, without an O live.
And check out the website, LouisvilleSportsLive.net. Go Cards.
Hey everybody, Steve Rummage here. And if you have listened to 93.9 The Ville over the last few months, you know I've reminded you of 3 simple words. Call Josh Jarbo. Josh is a licensed realtor and owner of RE/MAX Alliance, and with the spring market heating up, he wants to make your home buying or selling process as efficient as possible by offering a guaranteed sale program and instant offers on commercial listings. And if that wasn't enough, up to $5,000 seller credit by mentioning you heard it right here. So don't wait any longer and contact Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or joshjarbo@remax.net.
Here's what you missed on The Drive with Mark Ennis.
Mike Golick Jr. from ESPN joining us now here. Does God hate the Colts? And if so, what do you do as a team when it's obvious it's your year to be hated by God?
I understand God going after certain people, but why did he have to go for my large adult son, Quinn? We knew that this was unfortunately part of the Carson Wentz narrative, but leave the large man alone here.
The Drive, weekdays 3 to 6 on 93.9 The Ville.
Ready to make something great? At GE Appliances, we do it every day, building appliances people depend on. GE Appliance Park is hiring full-time for all shifts. Join our manufacturing production team and be part over 100 years of American manufacturing. Apply today at makeitathepark.com. Make a difference? Make it at GE Appliance Park. Makeitathepark.com.
Miss anything for your favorite shows? Head over to the GE Appliances Podcast Center on ESPNLouisville.com. Apply today at makeitathepark.com.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
You're gonna pass the cop.
Don't you pass the cop.